Ford fans, resto mod type fans, whatever you enjoy. We're going to be doing a little bit on a new project on the Galaxie. Actually 3 separate things that I want to do, but we're going to do them all kind of together. I'll probably do it in 3 separate videos so that it isn't so tangled up, but some of the things we'll kind of start on it, kind of finish up, I guess, with tidying up the wires and stuff, things like that. So it is one big project, but here's what we're going to try to do to the old 64. We've got our locks, our power lock system. We have a power trunk solenoid laying here on the hood, and then we have power windows that we're going to install. So one thing to point out is that by doing this, I think we will probably double the amount of wiring that was in this car to start with. I'm not going to pretend to do any sort of unboxing videos, just because I don't care about unboxing videos, and maybe if you do, maybe you can find one. But we have enough wire there. There. I'm quite confident that we're going to double the amount of wire that was in this car from the factory. I'm going to start with the trunk just because that's what I have opened up here first, I guess, and talk about a few of the things that I'm maybe going to change. They have a nice simple set of instructions. There's not much to this. Mount a solenoid so that it'll pull the same way that your latch does. And what they are doing is we have power from a fuse block or power source to the switch, run power back when you hit the switch to the solenoid. The solenoid is grounded, but since we are installing a central lock system and likely in the future some sort of a remote start that would have door lock control also, anything newer, anything factory installed really, is going to use a negative trunk output or negative signal. So we're going to wire this. As any of you that are following this Galaxie restoration build, whatever you want to call it, you know that we have a fuse box in the trunk already. So we're going to run power to our solenoid, and then our wire going up to the switch will actually be grounded underneath the dash. So we will provide a momentary ground to pop the trunk, which will also allow us to use this central lock, which will allow us to use this central lock module. We can use that wire, and for the amount of time that we use these, the trunk button will work the way that it was intended to. And then in the future, if we get our remote start installed in here, those would also have a negative trunk pulse. So we'll get started on this, catch back up. Alright, we've got this directed kit which we looked at just a few seconds ago, and then I have another kit that I bought off of eBay, and they're very similar. I did just want to point out a few things because as I was doing a test fit on this solenoid, it has this rib here, which is kind of a problem where I'm wanting to mount it. So I opened up the other kit. It is flat, so that may work better. The cable is much longer on this solenoid. I don't know if I can show that. Maybe 6 inches longer. Could come in handy. This one also has a bracket that would allow me to put it in between some of the bracing in the trunk, and then it has a cable guard, I guess they're calling it, that we can put on the cable. So there are a few differences. I guess this one says directed on it, which is a company that you know about if you do anything with vehicle security or remote convenience. They've been in the business for a while. This one is just straight up, no apologies, Chinese operation, which they probably came out of factories a couple streets apart from each other. So I think they're both going to do the same thing. I'm just going to figure out which. I think I might use this bracket, which is going to make it a little easier for my install. And the other thing I had in mind for this other solenoid, that rib is not going to matter. So we'll continue on here. Okay, hopefully you can see a little bit what I'm trying to do. I can sort of see. So we have determined that when we turn the key, it pulls our lever that way. And I think we can put a loop right around this rod here that will pull. And then I'm going to try to mount the solenoid in here, which will give us enough cable. And then we will have our bracket. This will be sitting inside, but we'll have it mounted to these two gussets there, whatever we want to call them. That should allow us to get a good straight pull on there. So we'll get that mounted. Got a piece of this hose protector or cable protector on here that we'll try to keep in line just in case it does rub here a little bit. Then we've got our clamp. We'll go around our rod. Back through our clamp. Tweak that a little bit. We'll get some power to it. Let's see how it works. We may also not be able to put it there because of the fact that it goes up so far. But we'll see what we can do to adjust it. Okay, here's a little update on our progress. We have our solenoid mounted. We have an extra set of holes because I drilled them too high. And we have our cable mounted. I ran my wires inside this channel down through here, and then I have it wired to my fuse panel with a 10 amp fuse. I'm going to try. We don't have a switch mounted yet. We've done no adjusting on anything. We do have the solenoid pulls pretty hard actually, so hopefully there's enough adjustment in that cable. If I hold it down and try to watch, I blow the fuse, so we will get something we can ground with and give it another try here. Alright, we're back. We've got our nice, probably Harbor Freight special remote start switch, and we're just going to feed that through where the trunk doesn't seal quite so tight, or doesn't seem to be such a problem. We'll give this a try. We better do it once more for the camera. Okay, that is as far as we're going to go with this video, I believe. I need to run a wire up to the dash, wherever we're going to put that in the dash. I haven't decided that yet, but we have a lot of other wiring to run with our door lock and our power window circuits, so it'll probably just get tied in there to kind of keep things clean. But we have a functioning trunk release. Not too much work. Couple of screws up here, a solenoid pulling that you can't see because I don't have a light. There's our solenoid. That'll focus in there. We've got our cable. I'll put that piece of protector over there, although it doesn't look like it's going to rub anywhere. Then our wires running down that seam, or that down through here, and then I just ran to my fuse panel, and then the switch will ground it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Kind of getting back to the Galaxie, starting to get towards spring. I want to drive this thing this summer, so finishing up just a few things on it, and it should be roadworthy. We're just going to play with it for a while. Try to drive it, have some fun with it. We might start on a different project. We'll see what happens. More than likely, taking a 64 model car out on the road that hasn't been driven in 20 years, we'll probably have a few more projects that we weren't expecting, just based on putting it on the road again.